What's up, Knicks fans? What's up, Knicks fans? It's your boy Mizzle, and I got a special guest. I'm with your boy Roy to the Dash Al.
What's the word?
Artist, producer extraordinaire. What's up, baby? Thanks for coming to the show.
Absolutely.
And fellow sufferer of he's a Knicks fan, guys. He's a Knicks fan with us. He's suffering with us. And he came on the show today. Thank you very much for coming on the show, brother.
Thank you for having me, man.
Man.
Had to come through.
Yeah, tell the people what you got going on, man. Tell the people what you got going on.
So yeah, you already know I'm a artist, producer in Flatbush, Brooklyn. I do my engineer thing as well on the side, and I released a project last March by the Choices We Have. That was the name of the project. That's something that's available right now. That's the latest piece of work, and I've actually just started on a new project, so we'll be getting some new joints soon.
Nice. The Choices We Have. By the way, guys, it's a classic. One of my favorite joints. I sincerely pump this joint all the time. Y'all need to go get it. It's on all platforms.
But you see the album artwork edited right here. You know what I'm saying? Right there. Just edited into the front.
Oh, nice. I like that. Editors, producer, you hear it. You gotta do it. You gotta put it there. Alright? The choices we have. Apparently, we have a lot of choices, and you chose to be a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Willingly. Wow. Okay. Let's get into the first question. Who is your all-time favorite Knick?
I think about that often. That's always a hard one, man. Well, number one, I started watching basketball in about 2003 or 4. I've never witnessed winning Knick basketball in my life. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a number of people up here. They're gonna give you Starks. And I wasn't fortunate enough to be here for any of that. So I would probably say if I would have a favorite, it's gonna seem hella safe me saying this, but it would probably be Amari 1A, Carmelo 1B, Jamal Crawford 1C. I can't pick a favorite out of them. It's like they're my sentimental favorites for just their own reasons. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite.
I like that trifecta.
Yeah.
Okay, big Amari fan. I'm a big Amari fan too. One of my all-time favorite Knicks, if not my all-time favorite Knick. Right, so we kind of share that. Shout out to Stat. You know what I'm saying? And why is he up there? Well, give me Amari since he's your 1A. You know what I'm saying? Why did he get 1A? Why is he your favorite?
Like he's just that. He was that first star to take on the challenge. You feel me? It's like we've been going through so many years without having, a straight superstar. We've had guys that are good. We've had guys that are all-stars even. But just, somebody that can really be that game changer for a team. He was that first guy to come and really just take on the challenge and sign. Granted, it was for a hell of a lot of money. It was the Knicks. You feel me?
Yeah.
He can get paid somewhere else, absolutely. But you know what I'm saying? But you felt it when he came through. Going back to that time, you felt it when he said, the Knicks are back.
Right. He said that, right?
You felt that sense.
Stat said that.
Yeah. You felt that sense of legitimacy because it's like now we have somebody athletic. We have somebody on the Knicks that can dunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Play above the rim. And
average over 20 and hopefully bring other stars through. So during that time, you knew you just felt like something was about to happen, and I always appreciate Amari for that. And he came here and he was about it. He had did he break the record for the most consecutive 30-point games?
Yes, good stat.
Yeah,
good stat for stat.
He got he took it to the juggernaut Celtics. He got robbed of that game winner at the end of the game.
You know what I'm saying?
During that holiday game.
It was going, but
he took it
back and forth. He hit that. Oh man, yeah. Amari, shout out. A lot of Amari love, man. We got. It's a young Knicks fan right here.
Shalom, my friend.
Shalom. And are you still bathing in wine? Or we don't know. But shalom. You know what I mean? let's get to the next question. What is your all-time favorite Knick moment?
Probably go back to that and say the signing of it. I feel like I answered both questions in one.
Yeah, answered both questions in one. That is true.
It's like I said, it sucks that I can't say when we were in the playoffs and such hit the shot and ain't been around for that. But that was a proud moment right there when we got that guy. It felt good.
Okay. I don't need to ask you why. Now the last question I'm gonna ask you is, well, you actually kind of you answered it. You said you came here around what, 2005, 2004, 2003, 2004.
Yeah,
that's when you became a Knicks fan. So we're gonna get that question out the way. The second part of that question is, why in God's name are you still here?
Where else am I gonna go, sir? Where am I gonna go? I mean, since
is it because you have nowhere else to go? I mean, there is a team in Brooklyn. You said you're from Brooklyn.
Gentrified Brooklyn. It's the gentrified Brooklyn team.
Yes, well,
it's yogurt and yoga. Team yogurt yoga.
You threw me off with that one. I like that. Yogurt and yoga. Alright,
I'll paint the picture, because I mean, when I first started watching basketball, I was a huge Shaq and Kobe fan.
Yeah.
Even before even watching basketball, you just knew of the tandem, so it was must see if you want to watch basketball. So I think the year before I actually started watching it consistently and paying attention to the league, I was only watching Laker games.
Okay.
It was just that until I finally decided. I think it was that season where I always played basketball video games. So when I copped Live and I seen, now I see Steve Nash on the Suns and I'm using him in the video games. I was using him on the Mavericks. He was cold. You got all these changes, all these players in new places and stuff. And I just wanted to check and see, you know what I'm saying? What's that about? I wanted to see these guys live. That's what made me start watching. So of course, with New York City, it was as simple as, this is my city, I want to see a championship here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just stuck with that. And there hasn't really been any other teams there's been teams that I thought were fun to watch, but no teams that really made me say, you know
that's
what I'm saying? My team. Yeah, let me jump over here. There's nobody that's really brought me over, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I have an unbreakable bond. I feel like I'm just stuck in this abusive relationship with nowhere to go. It's depressing, really.
I know. We feel your pain.
Could have been the Suns, though. That Nash, once again, I keep talking about Amari. Now I'm giving you too much promo. But that Nash, Amari, Q Rich, and Joe Johnson team, that damn dirty play by Stackhouse costed them the championship when he injured Joe Johnson. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Yeah. Ooh. But giving you some.
Love that team. But that's probably my all-time favorite NBA team ever. Once again, coming from a young fan.
Darius Miles on Knuckleheads, they talk about that team all the time.
I gotta watch that show.
All the time. No, it's a good show. Yeah. It's not as good as this show.
Not at all.
But nah. Shout out to y'all. Y'all do y'all thing. Man, that was great. Well, we're gonna get into the next segment. Thank you so much for that. All right, my main man Roy, he's still with us. I want to find out some current Knicks stuff now. We got all the nostalgic stuff out the way. Let's talk about what's going on right now.
We started with love.
Yes, it started with love. Now we're gonna start off. Nah, we're not gonna say hate because we don't hate the Knicks. We still love the Knicks, but I don't know what word to use right now.
You know what? It's pretty much fun to just say that you're a depressed Knicks fan, but honestly, I'm kind of just taking things a day at a time, man. I'm not getting too down. I'm not getting too up when I see the good things. It's just a day at a time.
Okay. Yeah, that's how we gotta do it. Day to day with the Knicks, right? Day to day. So let's talk about Mike Miller real quick.
Okay.
Mike Miller. How do you feel about him so far? What do you see?
I feel he's been very solid. I'm not sure if I don't know if this is like a X's and O's type of coach, you know, just in contrast to Fizdale, who kind of just encouraged a lot more free play. But as far as just ball movement, you know, I feel like the motions and the sets that they're running, I'm seeing a much more north and south, to where there's progression with guys getting to the basket, kicking it out to the open man. There's less, dribbling turnovers from guys like Julius Randle and Marcus Morris. Even Frank kind of looks like he's a little more locked in now. I feel like he's done a pretty solid job. I'm not sure where they're at with the offensive rating today, but the last time I heard from it, maybe about like a week or so ago, since he came to the team, they kind of moved up to the top 10 in offensive rating.
Wow.
Top 15 in defense.
That's a stat. I like it.
It was. Like I said, I don't know where it's at right now.
Yeah.
It's been a few games since. Yeah. I definitely don't think this record would be as abysmal as it is if we were to start with Mike Miller. So I definitely think moving forward he can be good for this team. He can be good for the young players as well.
Okay.
Alonzo Trier, I don't know.
Yeah, we have
jury's still out because it feels like everyone hates this guy.
Yeah, well, you gotta play D.
Play
D. Yeah, everybody loves Trier. The fans love Trier, but I kind of understand when the coaches don't put a certain player in the game. Yeah, it's because they gotta play D. I mean, Knox, he's hella tall. That's why he's still getting burned. But Knox wouldn't be getting burned either. He doesn't play good enough D to get solid NBA minutes. But
man, it doesn't look weird to you at all when we have a game where there's no Elfrid Payton. What game was that Elfrid Payton just missed? Was that the Clippers game
or the Lakers?
Was
it the Clippers? It was the Clippers, I believe. Yes, you're right.
It just sort of looks weird to me when we have these games where you don't have Dennis Smith, you don't have Elfrid Payton. The game is a blowout, and we still barely get a Trier sighting at all.
Well, it wasn't a blowout. We lost that game by.
No, not that. Well, not the Clippers game.
You talking about the Lakers game, maybe?
Yeah, and other games as well. When maybe we're shorthanded. Maybe Marcus Morris is missing, or it's just garbage.
Beyond his defense, not to cut you off. Beyond his defense, I think it's his attitude.
I don't know much. I don't really know much about his. I don't really know much about what he's been doing off court. I've heard certain stuff.
Yeah, we heard certain little things.
I haven't looked into it myself, so I'm not really sure about that. So I'm kind of just not really. I'm not assuming anything about it, but I don't know. It just does look weird sometimes, where like he can't get like 3 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? During times where we might be shorthanded and we're getting our backsides handed to us.
Right. Nah, I got you.
It does look weird sometimes.
It definitely does. I mean, so what do you think? Should we keep him as coach?
You know what? I think after this season, I feel that the front office is going to try and look for a rock star coach. I feel that that's what they're going to aim for. They're going to try, somebody that they can bring in that might lure somebody in.
What do you do?
But
say you were running the Knicks right now. What would you do in terms of the coach?
I mean, right now I'm kind of just watching the rest of the season just to see just to see how the players are responding.
Okay.
When it comes to playoffs, I'm not even looking at the playoffs.
We gotta get there. Okay. Don't jump the gun. We gotta get there.
I say that. I just say that to say, like, as far as just the team's success, I'm not looking for him to coach this team to just a complete turnaround this season. Right now, I'm just looking to see how do these players respond to this guy, and how do they pretty much develop from here.
Okay.
And and pretty much just play it by ear.
Okay.
I'm not.
You want to see at the end of the season what it looks like, and then you'll make your true decision if you want him to stay here.
Yeah. Okay. On the other hand, though, if there is a very good chance that let's say, because I'm not opposed to a Jason Kidd, even though it kind of looks like he might be a Laker next season, but. If somebody like that is still expressing some real interest, somebody that's proven to be a super solid head coach.
Right. I mean,
I'm fine with solid coach. Solid coach. Yeah, solid coach, and has relationships as well.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's true.
So, I'm not mad at that, taking a chance on that, and maybe moving Mike Miller. Well, that's the only thing. You can't really move him as an assistant coach, because if you get a head coach, you bring a head coach in, they're going to want their own staff. Right. So that might be a tough one.
They don't always get it, though. They're going to want their own staff, but they don't always get it.
True.
It's up to the GM.
True.
You know what I mean? Because Vogel, Kid isn't Vogel's guy.
Okay.
Over there, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of situations where it's like that. So sometimes the staff could be hired for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I'm not mad if they get that, you know, that super solid guy and they replace it with him. But if it's looking good at the end of the season, if I'm seeing some improvement, some good responses, I'm holding on to him. Yeah.
I say the same, Knicks fans. You tell me what you say. Put it in the comments. All right, Knicks fans, we're back. We're still here with my man Roy, Al. Make sure y'all get the Choices We Have project on all platforms. Like I told you, it's a banger. It's a banger. Absolutely, it's a banger, man. So we're gonna continue to talk some more Knicks, man. The Knicks are on a 4-game losing streak currently. They got swept on the road, even by Phoenix, which hurt me. You know what I mean? What do you think about playoffs? Yes or no?
No.
All right. No. So if not, who should we get? Like what should we do? Who should we get rid of since we're not going to the playoffs? What trade scenarios do you see, or do you want to see rather?
Do I want to see? You know, I'm not even really gung ho for them to pull the trigger on any trades at this point. I feel that if something really good, you know, calls on the phone, you know, if there's a chance that we can get a very solid player that's proven in the league.
How about I give you this? Hey, Kevin Love's on the phone. You want Kevin Love?
I don't want Kevin Love.
Okay, let me give you another one. Hey, Russell Westbrook's on the phone. You want Russell Westbrook?
I don't want Russell Westbrook.
All right, the last one I'm gonna give you. Hey, who's the last guy again? There's one more guy that's that. Oh, hey, D'Angelo Russell is on the phone. Are you doing D-Lo?
I think I'll do D. I think I'll probably take D-Lo.
Okay.
It depends on what we got to give up now, because I'm not just trying to lose Mitch and RJ and
right.
Yeah.
Depending on what you have to give up.
Yeah.
It looks like I talked to a lot of people. It looks like this D-Lo. Everybody's kind of like want that to happen. You know?
Yeah, and I'm not even only looking at superstars. Like I said, even if we can give up something that's not completely too much, but we still get maybe like a second round pick and a player that's at least proven in the league that can really help build. Like even say like a Mo Harkless, because that name's been thrown out.
Okay, but we all have to give up. What's his name? The dog, Marcus Morris. Mo Harkless.
Like I said,
you willing to do that?
Mo Harkless, maybe a second rounder or something like that, because the Knicks have proved to do pretty well with their second round picks. So, you know, if we
free Iggy, let Iggy get some play, right?
Yeah.
You know. All right, Roy. I got another question for you. Hindsight 2020 now. KD's off the board. Kyrie's off the board. Do you think that we should have signed Jimmy Butler, Kemba Walker?
I'm not mad at not taking them.
You're not mad?
Not mad at taking them. Here's why. So you see those teams that they went to, okay, Kemba to the Celtics, Jimmy to the Heat. I look at those teams and I feel that they have a little more established, just as far as culture-wise, and as well as just the players that they have on this team. I feel like those teams they've concocted winning systems. They have players that are much more familiar with each other. They've been around for a bit longer. Those coaches, you know, Brad Stevens, who's coaching the Heat, Spoelstra. Those are coaches that have been around for a bit.
Right.
They know what it's like to play winning basketball. You know,
but you
as far as the
Knicks get a Kemba and a Jimmy, he's not gonna make that work. Not gonna establish a culture.
I don't know, because you see what you see with the coaches over there. They've been around for a while. As to the Knicks, they've had 3, 4, 10 coaches in the past 3 years. So when I look at what's going on over there, I'm not necessarily sure that what they bring translates the same way over to the Knicks franchise.
That's true.
I don't know about that.
That's a good answer.
A few more wins, but I don't know. I don't know.
Playoffs?
If it translates the same.
Playoffs?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't think even that's in there.
Alright. Cool. Alright. I think that's it. Alright, guys. Last segment. We're still with my man Roy to the Al. About to close it up with the blame game. pointing fingers at you, buddy, and you. Not you, Knicks fans. But I need to know who Roy, who do you blame for this mess?
Safe answer alert. I think all of you are effing up. No, seriously, I feel that when it's time to start talking about the Knicks and what's wrong, just, say James Dolan and you're in the safe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's been a weird thing because he stepped away for a bit. For the past few years. He hasn't really been in the picture. But, of course, he knocked down some dominoes years ago that we're getting the effect of now.
Exactly. And he's the only constant. You said 10 different coaches.
Yeah.
Bunch of different players. We done seen Amari come and go, right?
Of course, another constant thing is Steve Mills. And it's just been the whole, and just the whole thing they've been setting up of, trying to go for the rock stars and trying to go for the used to be rock stars and trying to go for the pimp my players. I call the trash that's from other teams, that's in other teams' garbage, and we try to build them back up. It didn't work with Trey Burke. It didn't work with Moutier over here at least.
Right.
But I feel like it's definitely just been a mixture of things, and then also the players, obviously there needs to be more effort as well. So it's a mixture of things. I don't think one person is to blame.
Okay. So you blame. There's a percentage of that. What percentage you give Dolan?
I'm gonna give Dolan.
It's a percentage pie right now. We do it.
Right now, where we are in 2020, I'm gonna give Dolan about 45%.
45, almost half.
Then maybe Mills can take some of that.
Okay, Mills.
And I mean, let's put it straight. If you guys are just that gung ho about getting James Dolan out of here, there's nobody to fire the owner. But it pretty much starts. But it does start with the ground up when it comes to getting rid of an owner, and that's really the fans. So we can take some of that too, because as long as we buy.
Blaming you.
Because as long as we buy, and I'm not saying let's go on strike, let's get picket signs, and I'm not attacking us, but I'm just saying, as long as we continue buying jerseys, as long as we continue going to the games and buying cups and other supplies with the Knicks on it, we're supplying them more money. As long as Spike's always in the front row, you know what I'm saying? So as long as we continue to make this team profitable, that's the longer you keep the owner in. If you feel like that's what needs to change, it probably won't happen. But hey, that's just the situation we're in.
Yeah, the owner's
a little bit of everything.
He got a whole lot of money. That's keeping him there. So he's gonna be there, unfortunately. I got one more for you, Roy, before we close out. This one is, what do you think the Knicks need to do at this point? I know you gave me some trades, so we'll take the trades out. We're gonna get some draft picks.
Keep building.
Keep building.
Keep building. Keep developing. That's why I say I'm not really just in a whole depressed state or anything. I'm just game by game, just taking it a game at a time right now. Because I mean, what has me just what has me just monitoring the situation and just not getting too high, too low is because at the end of the day, I do know that this team is in a position that I have not seen it in before. So where we have good young players, we have cap flexibility, and we have draft picks.
And tradable pieces.
Yeah. When have we ever had all of the above? No. Just keep on the path. I feel that this team is on the path to doing some good stuff at the end of the day. So it ain't even necessarily let's chase a superstar or whatever. Let's make sure that we can develop these young guys. Let's make sure, we can continue spreading out the playing time fairly and make guys earn it. Keep holding players accountable, on the coaches' end. And I feel that we can do something in a few years. It might be a 5-year plan. Some of us aren't that patient or whatever, but I've seen steps that look like
right now.
I know.
Because you're the most patient Knicks fan that I've ever spoken to in my life.
that everyone's always spoken to. It's just
I was like, son, we need Bron, son. We need KD. We need Giannis.
It's just the fact
Shout
that
out to my man Stats.
it's just the fact that we haven't been in this position before.
Right, no, you're right.
And I can see steps towards something good happening. So let's continue to slowly do good. You know what I'm saying? We're trending. I feel that even though it doesn't show on the record, there's things that show trending forward.
No, you're right. You're right.
Trending
You're right.
forward in some type of way.
I agree. I agree. It might not show on the record.
Yeah.
But things are looking up, guys. We could talk Knicks with you all day, all night. Tonight there's a game. We gotta get to the game. They play the Pelicans. The Pelicans come to the Garden. We're gonna be talking about it in the next show with my man Stats. But yo, Roy, thank you so much. Tell the people where to find you, man. They gotta know where to find you.
Yeah, hey, just find me on Instagram, man. I don't really do Twitter like that. Don't really do Facebook. But Instagram, Roy-L, ROYDASHAL. And yeah, you can find everything else about me just through there. Links to the music. You want studio time? DM me, hit me up. I got many places I can direct you to. Yeah, man, that's it.
For sure. Thank you so much. This is NY Knickswork. It's your boy Mizzle. And we out of here. We gotta throw the pieces up, baby. We out of here.